Happy New Year and welcome to 2024. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monavations with Monavations Consulting. I teach people how to speak their minds without breaking hearts. My mission? To create world peace one conversation at a time. Our theme for January is new beginnings. And now is the perfect time to start a new beginning because we can piggyback off the momentum of the entire world, because we're all starting a new year at the same time. So this can be exciting, but it can also be overwhelming. So if you would like a calmer start to your new year, think about starting at a different date. You don't have to start today. The best lesson I learned when I was raising my children was that every moment is a new moment. So our beginnings can start at any time. My new beginnings always start in November because I've chosen my birth month to start my new year. So that's when I do all my New Year's resolutions, I do the reflection on my life, and that's why I created this channel back in November. So today I have 2 months of videos already started, and so it's a great way to start my new year in January. So I'd like you to consider this. If you start something and you are not ready, chances are you're more likely to fail. You know, that goal is likely to fail. So according to an article by Cynthia Vinney, PhD, titled "The Psychology Behind Why New Year's Resolutions Fail," she lists some reasons why we might not be successful in to attain our goals. One is that our ideas might be too big. The second one is we don't know the why behind the goal. It's like, why do you want to lose weight? You know, so you have to be more specific. And also that you might not be ready to change. Say that you want to move, but you haven't done any research in regard to finding a new place to live, and you haven't been saving money for a down payment. Say you want to buy a new house, you haven't been preparing, doing all those things. So it's very easy to fail if you're not planning. And I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can read her article. It's very interesting and has some great tips. I don't want to focus on failure today. I'd rather focus on success. So today I am going to share with you ways to create goals that create harmony and balance in our lives. And, and to start whenever it is that you feel ready. You don't have to follow the crowd. And here's a funny little story for me. At the new year, you often hear people make goals where they want to lose weight and go to the gym more often. Well, I am actually going to quit going to the gym. Well, not going to the gym, but just quit a particular class. I'm going to quit going to my yoga class. There are many reasons, but the main reason why I'm not going to go to my yoga class is because it starts too late. I get up early in the morning and I walk with a group of ladies, and then I do a workout at the gym, and then I do the yoga class, which is at 8:30, and by the time I do all of that and get home, get showered, eat, it's noon, and half my day is over. So I can be much more productive if I just do yoga at home. And also then there's the crowds. Everybody knows that at the new year, everybody is committed to going to the gym and trying out these new classes. And I'm anticipating that the yoga class will be filled up, and I don't like crowds. So if I do change my mind, I can wait until later on, because chances are it's going to thin out. Not everyone's going to keep the resolution and continue on with the class. But anyway, you got to just kind of weigh and measure things like that to see what will work best for you. And also a good point is you can change your mind. This is a huge thing that so often we give our word and we say we're going to do this, but an important tip is if you find that it's not working for you, then say, hey, you know what, I tried it, it didn't work, and I'm going to try something different, or I'm going to go back to the way it used to, or what I used to do, and that might work better for me. So with that being said, some of the areas, I just want to cover some of the areas that other people like to make New Year's goals or New Year's resolutions are to get into better shape, make more money, get a new job, start or end in a relationship, and there's so many more, just a million goals out there. But these are all very vague. And there's a person, one of my favorite people, her name is Terri Sevelle, and she calls herself the Cheerleader of Dreams. I have been following her on YouTube for about a decade. She is the queen of vision boards, and she does so much more. She has really made a great impact on our world. So I will put her information in the description box below as well. I highly encourage you to check her out because she's doing some amazing things. And again, she's the queen of vision boards, and she has created a new 90-day planner called My Dream Routine Planner. So she gives us 3 tips. Only start with, say, 7 to 10 goals for your year, and you want to get crystal clear on what these goals are and write them down. The more detail you have, the more likely you're going to be able to succeed with these goals. And like I had shared with Cynthia Vinney, PhD, she said that we don't know the why. So getting crystal clear gives you the why of your goal. And then finally, you want to keep them in front of you every day. So that's what her planner is really good about, and also the vision board. If you can see where you're going, you're more likely to get there. So again, I'll leave a link in the description box below for Terri's site also. She's got a lot of online courses, and she's just amazing. But today, I would like to share with you new beginnings for my life. And you are welcome to piggyback upon my stuff. And it's always kind of helpful. And I would encourage you to share your goals and your progress throughout the year. I would love to hear what your resolutions are and where you're going, how it's progressing. So for me, I really want to create balance and harmony in my life. I have some lists here. I want to create inner peace. I want some personal development. I want to work on my relationships, organize and declutter, work on professional development as well. And so over here, I have that all of these areas can be improved through communicating more effectively and developing our emotional intelligence. And remember, back in November, we were discussing emotional intelligence, and the 5 components of emotional intelligence include self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, knowing the motivation behind what you're doing, empathy, having empathy and understanding for other people, and then your social skills. You want to be able to play well with others. So developing this will really help you in attaining your goals. And then, when you're making your list of goals, and I'm sure you guys have already done this because it is the first and the beginning of the year, but if you haven't, consider this stuff, and you can also reevaluate your goals. You want to think about, what do you want to see more of or less of in the new year? So this helps us to identify and fine-tune our goals. And we want to stay focused and not waste time. So again, the vision board really helps. And then I've created a good, better, best approach. This is the way I try to operate every day in my life. So let's go back over here. I want to show you about balancing. So creating inner peace, that's going within. So the way that I plan to continue with my inner peace is doing readings that help me go, really contemplate stuff. I enjoy reading, I do read the Bible a little bit, and I read I like to read like Thich Nhat Hanh, different Buddhist authors, things like that. And I know I've had some complaints about people saying about Buddhism and Christianity, and I am just searching for peace, wisdom, and ways to improve myself. And I think it's very important that you practice discernment. If you are looking at different things, just practice discernment. Do what feels right to you. And again, you don't have to have approval from anybody but yourself. But if you find that something is harming you, then of course use the common sense and don't do it. But if it helps you feel better, then I'm not talking about addiction. I'm talking about different things that are healthy behaviors. And I'll just leave it at that. But with inner peace, then I'm going to be doing some more meditation. I'll be doing my yoga at home by myself, and journaling, sitting quietly and journaling and having that quiet time. But to balance that out, I also want to meet new people. So I will probably go online and check out meet-up groups. And I want to have two different types of people. One is the personal, and then the other is the professional. So in my personal life, I'd like to continue to meet people who are peaceful and calm and looking to make a positive impact on the world. So I'm not looking for a whole lot of people. I would like to have a few other people just to have a nice conversation with, because not everybody I talk to and in my family and in my circle of people, not everybody likes to have those deep, meaningful conversations like I do. So if I can have these deep, meaningful conversations over here with these people, and then I can have more lighthearted stuff with my circle, my current circle. And that will alleviate some stress like in my family, because I know sometimes I can get pretty deep into conversation, and that can be frustrating for my family. But also the professional world, because I want to create or join a mastermind group of people who are doing things like I'm doing, but I need to grow. So I want to be able to meet up with people who are already doing the things that I want to be doing, and then I can learn from them. And with the personal development, oftentimes we have the health and fitness fall under that, and your personal growth. So reading different material, you can learn that way. You can get online and learn from different people, such as Terri Sevelle Foy. We'll just say Terri, much easier. We can learn from Terri. She's got not a million, but more than 1,000 videos, and a lot of great people out there to learn from. And so that helps with my personal development. But if I'm so busy with exercising and learning stuff, I have to balance it with rest and relaxation. And that also doing fun stuff. You need to make sure that you're not wearing your body out, because oftentimes you end up sick if you're overloaded. And then just relax. Anybody who does regular exercise knows that your body needs time to recover, because if you do muscle failure on your upper body, you need about 72 hours to recover. Otherwise, you're not going to get that buildup in your muscle that you're looking for. With relationships, I want to balance it out with developing a deeper relationship with myself. And that, again, is just sitting quietly, going over, say, my goals and my values, my morals, just kind of going through that and seeing where I've changed, where I want to go, who I am now, because we change a lot. I really enjoy, Dr. Wayne Dyer had a movie out. He still has a movie out. Of course, he's passed, but it's called The Shift, and I really love that movie. It's a good one, and I'll put a link in the description box regarding that. But he talked about how we're different in the morning, noon, and and evening, how we change throughout the day, and then we also change throughout our life. So it's so important to reevaluate on it doesn't have to be a daily basis, but check in with yourself regularly, because our values change and our desires change and our goals change. So when you get to know yourself better, and again, that's part of the self-awareness, the emotional intelligence, then we can adjust our life accordingly, because sometimes we find that we're unhappy and we don't know why, but if we sit there and ask ourselves that question, then we can figure it out. And then the higher power, and of course I call it the higher power, you know, for me it's God, and I believe in God, but I also have had a lot of interaction with people, and myself included, who've been so deeply hurt by people in the church. And so they tend to blame God. And so anyway, I just want to, I hope that you have some sort of a higher power and you don't feel the pressure that it's all on you, that you are the one creating all of this stuff. You know, of course they say that our thoughts create our reality. So I would encourage you to be thinking the best thoughts that you can. But for me, I find great peace if I know that I have a higher power, or the creator, infinite spirit, whatever you want to call it. Just tap into that and have that quiet time. And it's important during your quiet time to journal. Write down the thoughts that come to you. And oftentimes, you know, they say that like your intuition, that little whisper you get, is like the Holy Spirit or God or the infinite spirit talking to you. So again, practice discernment. Share the information with a trusted person, because I've known people who've gotten some what they call a message, and then they went and acted on it, and it wasn't in their best interest. So again, if you find you're in that position, it is okay to say, oh, I made a mistake, that wasn't right, let me get back over here. The biggest thing, you know, it's just admitting that you made the mistake. And I can't tell you enough what a great relief that is when you just say, oh gosh, I was wrong. I mean, it's just so freeing. I really am grateful that I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson a little too late, you know, but I've learned it and I apply it. And okay, and then my relationships with others. Again, like I said, I want to meet people that I can have deep conversations with, so that I'm not wearing my family out. I know that my kids don't always want to hear the deep, not dark, but really deep conversation that I tend to go into, you know, teaching lessons and things like that. So if I can share that with other people, then I can have a lighter conversation with my family, and then we can talk more often, because I know that not just for me, but for other people who know that, oh, they're going to be trapped in a conversation with this person forever, so then they avoid talking with them because that person doesn't seem to know when to stop. But I've also told my kids, let me know. And other people, you know, if I'm going on and on, like I'm probably doing right now, stop me, okay? Because I want to learn. I want to become a better communicator, and that's the way we learn and grow with other people in our lives. We have to be gentle with telling people stuff, but we also need to tell people stuff, because otherwise we end up avoiding them, and then the relationship is threatened. So organization and decluttering. I definitely need this, and I need to really get help in this area. And one of my favorite people, Terri, has great stuff for that as well. Great videos for decluttering and stuff organizing. But another person I found, her name is Kallie Branciforte. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but she has a YouTube channel called But First Coffee. I will put her link in the description box below. And she also has created a weekly planner. She's a mother of 3 and she works from home, and she does a lot of videos on realistic organization, and she also provides great links to organizational products, you know, such as bins and things, and shows you where you can get a deal and how to use them. And she talks about, she's not a minimalist, but she's realistic. And I have so much stuff that I just need to get rid of. And my biggest problem is the paper clutter. And if there is a flat surface in my area, right now it's covered. And I need to get rid of that habit. That's one of my goals, like I said, for the new year. I want to be more organized. I want to declutter. One of my main problems is with PTSD, I have a hard time with my mail. So you get the junk mail, and then you get the other mail, and tons of mail, and I have received a lot of bad information or news in the mail. So that's part of the reason why I have a hard time opening it up. But I also know that it is a common trait for somebody with PTSD is not opening the mail. You know, we just tend to make piles and push it into different places and put it in bags and stuff it in drawers. And I want to break that habit. So part of the way of doing that is the balance is to find a new style. So what I'm going to be doing is I already have new office furniture, but I might get some accessories, you know, like new lamps, maybe a vase, maybe some wall decor, and just get that picture in my head of what I want it to look like. Because right now, I'm embarrassed to even show you what I'm working with. And it doesn't work for me. I can't say this system works for me because I don't have a system. I am very good at following a system, but I am terrible at creating one. So that's why I need to reach out for help, and I'll be looking. I do watch Kallie all the time, but I'm going to watch her and Terri with intention, with my intention to getting my office sorted and set up in a manner that really works well for me. So we'll go to the final one here, the professional development. I want to develop this YouTube channel, my business, more this year. So I'm going to be doing more education, learning how to make better YouTube videos, and also Canva. I do a lot on Canva, so I want to be learning more how to do that. But one thing that I did do, and I don't know if you've noticed this, I hope you have, is that I hired somebody to help me manage my YouTube channel. So what they have done is they've done a great job with creating the thumbnails for my videos, and they've done the search engine optimization for my videos. So I would encourage you to check out my channel and go through the different videos, and hopefully they'll speak to you. And if they do, please subscribe and share and like and so on. And also give me some hints and tips on what you might be interested in learning about. Because that goes to the balance over here. Because not only do I want to learn how to develop my products better, then I want to start getting out there, getting paid in volunteer gigs. I've done a lot of volunteer work in my life, especially the past 7 years. I mainly did volunteer work, but now I want to start getting paid for what I do. And that is a balance. You learn, you develop your business, and then you go out into the world and you share it. So I just want to return back over here just as a review. And again, all of these things, all of my goals, all of your goals can come to pass better if we use, if we communicate more effectively, which is something I'm not doing at the moment, and practice and develop our emotional intelligence. And let me go down here to, I do want to discuss this really quick. with being, staying focused and not wasting time, you're going to be finding a lot of ads for online courses. I do all the time. I see them, and occasionally I will watch them. And I signed up for one the other day that I thought was going to be very beneficial to me. And it was supposedly a live one, but I don't believe it was. And there were a few things in the videos that I just wasn't comfortable with it. Sometimes you get that little gnawing feeling that this is the discernment, that something just isn't right. But with that said, he said that the video was only going to be 52 minutes. And finally, after an hour and a half, I just left the meeting. It was on Zoom, and I felt like I wasted my time. So if you're going to be doing these classes or anything, just kind of line it up. Say, does this line up with my goals? Or is this going to waste my time? And sometimes we do these things because we're practicing avoidance. We don't want to get to the main thing that we're supposed to be doing. And what I found is starting is the hardest part. So if you can just get started, then you're gonna keep going. That's what I find. And in Terri's teaching, she says to just start for 20 minutes. Pick a spot that you're gonna clean and just set the timer for 20 minutes. But oftentimes you end up staying there until it's actually done. And then the good, better, best approach. So I just wanted to explain that just a little bit. And I use it every day with everything. So say with like health and fitness, you want to eat better. So in the morning, I might be running behind, so then I just grab some toast. And that was good because I ate something and I'm not going to be hangry, but I could do better. So at lunch, I try to eat a better meal, one that's more balanced. But by the evening time, I am eating my best meal. So good, better, best. And we are constantly trying to improve ourselves. That's my hope, for myself. I always want to improve myself, and I hope that you want to do the same. And I would like for us to be able to do that together. And again, just remember that every moment is a new moment, so we can begin anytime. Don't limit yourself. I hope that this has been helpful. I really wish you the absolute best in this new year. And I would love to hear about your goals and your progress and anything that you have coming up in the new year that you think might help me. I would greatly appreciate that. Until next time, I wish you peace, love, and happiness.